The UK's nuclear weapons were designed and constructed in Berkshire by the Atomic Weapons Research Establishment, or AWRE, and were transported to Orford's Quay in armed road convoys. They were then transported across the river or by landing craft and then driven to the magazine via a bridge crossing the tidal Stony Ditch. The magazine was built in 1962 on Orford Ness, as part of the second phase of AWRE's construction of 6 environmental test labs, and was used to store nuclear weapons and explosive components before their stress testing in one of the test labs or the impact facility. The magazine was a reinforced concrete structure with a barrel-vaulted roof and its sides protected by sloping shingle banks. It was aligned approximately north-south. Entry for vehicles and staff was via a large passageway, having wooden security doors at either end. It contained a 5-ton, manually operated, overhead crane for moving weapons or high explosive components. Located on the western side of this passageway were 2 different-sized chambers for storing either weapons or explosive components. These individual chambers were designated as explosively safe or clean areas, and staff entering them had to change into non-hazardous clothing or footwear. This was done in the non-clean passageway and staff had to step over a low-level barrier before entering them. For safety reasons, the magazine's electrical equipment was built to explosive standards, with no electrical power outlets installed. The magazine was allowed to hold a maximum of 3,000 pounds of explosive, but this had to be reduced when more powerful high-explosive materials were stored. Polaris components and complete WE-177 weapons, in addition to boxed explosives, were stored in different chambers. The temperatures of the 2 chambers had to be maintained between 13 and 21 degrees centigrade, and this was achieved by the natural flow of air, warmed by flowing over steam-heated radiators located in an adjacent heating chamber. It entered the 2 storage chambers via low-level vents, before exiting to atmosphere via separate chimneys. The required steam traveled from a boiler house located over 550 meters away on the other side of Stony Ditch. All steam used by AWRE test facilities on the Ness was distributed via an elevated site-wide network of pipes that were connected to at least one more boiler house. When AWRE testing on the Ness stopped in 1966, all the labs and the magazine became redundant. However, the magazine itself was repurposed for other users, including RAF bomb disposal personnel, the resident sheep seeking refuge from floods, and later, as a venue for various cultural events.